Hi, everybody. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is your first visit, welcome. So happy that you're here. I hope you like it enough to subscribe and become a regular viewer. If it's not your first time, thank you so much for your continued support. Guys, this is day 5 of 28 days of men's jewelry challenge that I'm doing. If you've been watching, you know that the last two designs have been tiger eye, but I wanted to do a more like simplistic bracelet to show you guys like options if you know, your fella doesn't like anything like extravagant or whatever else. So I'm going to show you. I have several different shapes of the same stone. So let's go down to my mat and see what we have to play with tonight. So here's the tiger eye offerings. I just wanted to put together a simplistic bracelet in case this is too far of a stretch for the guy in your life, which I don't know why it would be. I'm obsessed with this bracelet. I've been obsessed with it all day. I don't know. And then I also made this one with whose glue is still drying with tourmalated quartz, large hole beads with black on black leather. And this knotted one on gray leather with Venus jasper as the stone. And then yesterday was the cross heart, or earlier today, I just can't find it right now, right here. We have this with the beautiful tiger eye leading down into the cross. And there's two more on the back where it is completely adjustable. There's just two silicone little rings right here that hold it in place. So easy to, there's no clasp needed. He doesn't need help putting it on. It's great. You can do bracelets that same way. And maybe we will with during this 28 days. But for today, I wanted to do something more simple. So I pulled out some of my bamboo shaped coins. I've got some rectangles as well here. I've got some little faceted rounds in case maybe we decide we want to play with those a little bit. But let's see if we can't knock out 2 bracelets during this time period tonight. I'm not going to lie, I had a completely other plan in mind, and the beads just weren't hopping on the line, as I like to say. I was struggling with it, and making beautiful jewelry should never be struggling for somebody like me. So I said, let's move on, and here we are. So there are a few different ways that you can do this. You can either just string the bamboo up into place and maybe put a black buffalo horn in between each of them. And you've got a very simple yet effective bracelet just like that. But what if we decided we wanted to pull in some of these double A grade 2.5 millimeter tiger eye, and then we go to the buffalo, back to the tiger eye, and then back to the bamboo. Look at the difference in quality, in design. It's still simplistic, but it's special. So let's go ahead and finish this one off just that way with this, because I like that. I think it is very sleek and handsome, and something that I think most men would be down to have in their jewelry rotation. It also takes something like, these bamboo beads can be kind of hard to polish. And so putting the extremely refined little faceted rounds next to it kind of help draw out some of the glow, so that you take a more simple strand, if I can find the hole in this one, a more simple strand um of beads like these bamboo, and it elevates it. And the lighter yellow color in these, oh my gosh, they're stunning, you guys. I got these from Sam's Bead Shop. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. Got the buffalo horn spacers from Bernie's Beads, and the bamboo, I don't remember where I got these. I may have gotten these from Bernie's as well. I'm not 100% sure. So we're just taking some simple, I was gonna say ingredients, but we're not exactly cooking. Well, maybe. Taking some simple beads and elevating them to the next level. This would give your guy I think he'd be asked quite about his bracelet and where he got it quite a bit. And then if they're not into the pattern on pattern of the something like the elephant skin jasper with the tiger eye as the accent bead, this is more I don't want to say simple because it's far from simple. It's gorgeous, but it takes it and elevates it, and then it gives them a piece that they want to wear again and again and again. You guys, I love this. I feel 100 times better after what I dealt with the other bracelet I was trying to make. And it just goes to show that good beads and a little bit of the imagination, you don't got to force these things. There's no reason to force them, because why would you want to when you can make something like this? Oops, I just flipped my crimp bead or crimp tube all the way over here. This crimp tube is like, nope, I do not want you to use me. I'm going to go ahead and use my pliers just because it is later in the night. I have been recording most of the day, so my hands are a little bit tired. Is it going to work? Okay, there we go. We've got it. Pull this down. We don't want too big of a loop. Nor do we want gaps, right? So we're going to pull that all down. This is still fluid. Yes. Switch this up ever so slightly to right there. We're going to take our, oh, that's too much of a gap. I don't think this is long enough to go all the way through the bamboo bead, though, is the problem, which is what I would prefer it to do, but I don't know that it's long enough to do so. Let's keep trying. There it is. Okay, now we can grab onto that from down here. Keep that up there. Not quite. Mm-mm-mm. I just can't get this loop the right size and the right. I'm just trying to like pull out the slack, but I think I'm pulling onto the wrong. I was pulling on the wrong side of the thread, and that's why it wasn't working. Get that centered, squish. I think this is a bump crimp, guys. I hope that didn't just ruin my whole thing. Let me grab another one. Guys, there's nothing more frustrating than paying money for something and having it just not want to do its job. Like, all I want is a nicely crimped bracelet that I don't have to restring because of supplies that are not up to par. Okay, want to make sure it's not too frazzled. I'm actually going to stick another strand in just to be sure that this crimp takes, because I don't feel like doing this again. You know, if I can just get it, there we go. Okay, we're going to center that and squish. And squish. And squish. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to trim this off, and then we are going to attach our jump rings and our clasp. I do not want to cut the other wire. There we go. Easy peasy, like mac and cheesy. Sorry. It's late. It's been a long day. You guys, I hope you'll forgive me for being a little bit of a goofball. Okay, we're just going to attach that on. You know how I feel about the way these look unless they're squished down a little bit? Oh, do not be a pill. I'm using the wrong pliers is the problem. See, I told ya. Will you stop skipping? There we go. Much better. We need another one for the other side. And then I have a larger lobster claw, so it's easier for them to clasp. This one I already cinched down. And come on now. Easy peasy. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can knock out a second one without going to the loony bin tonight. Let me get a little sip here. I've been talking way too much today. So nobody in particular is the problem. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay, I also have these column beads that are tiger eye, and they are higher quality, so we don't need to worry about zhuzhing anything up with them. But I have an idea. I actually have two ideas. I could. What was my first idea? Oh, alternate back and forth with ovals, back and forth maybe. But better than that, if I still have it right here, that is. I was going to say my bronzite nuggets, but I'm not quite sure where they went. But what I do have right here is some pen shells that are almost the exact same color as the tiger eye that I could alternate between, which I think would be beautiful. And you could even string something like this up, guys. If they have more simple taste, you could literally string this up and like macrame a cord up around the back of their neck with some of these down the front, and then like the more like the little cross, it's a little bit less puffed, I guess. I don't know what to say. Puffed up. But you could totally do that. And now that I've said that, I'm like, is that what I should do? I don't know. That might be a discussion for another day. But I'm liking this together. I just want to incorporate a little. Do we just go from one to the other, or should there be something in between? I don't want to basically repeat the bracelet we just finished, except for with different beads, which wouldn't be the first time I've been known to do that. But also, I just stuck that bracelet down somewhere, and I have oh, there it is. I'm like, where did that disappear to? So, love that. Love this, love this, love this. I do have, let me think. What else could be added to this that I have right here at my disposal? Let me see. I have some gold spacers, but I don't think that's the move for this. Well, I do have these little chevron beads, guys, which might be cool. Let me see. I don't know why that's in there. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Grab my beading wire. Ow. Hit my head. Rocked you everywhere. My bad. So, what if we did this? And then we did one of the chevron, a couple of the shell. I think if we're going to do this, we need to put more than one there. So let's go with 3 because, the whole odd number thing. And see how we like this. And we're just going to drop those in and then put some shells in. And then we will drop arrows going the opposite way. Like that. And then we'll face them this way. And I cheat whenever possible if I see ones that are stuck together because it's one less for me to try. Okay, and then we do this column. I don't know, you guys. I might just want the chevron in between them. Let's try that, see what I think. And we'll go from there. But maybe do I want... So then do I put... Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. We put 1. And then we put 3 going the other way. And then we put a column bead. Oh, you guys. Does it need to be 3? Should it be less? Should it be 1 if this is all we're doing? I don't know. You guys will tell me in the comments if you loved it or hated one or the other. We'll see, though. I'm thinking 1 might be the move. I love that. As long as my chevronies behave. They are not right this second. We might need to put at least 2 in. Let's go ahead and do 2 so it's not as jingly jangly. One will hold it into the other. And then the faceted will be the odd number factor there. Because then we will have 5. And I don't edit. So this is all going in. Whether I end up using it or not, it's in there forever. I think it needs thicker wire is what I think it needs. I think that wire is too thin. I need to get some of my thicker wire. Do not knock over your cup, Heather. Let me see if this is the move. Okay. On goes the column bead. Then one of the chevron beads, the small tiger eye, the other chevron bead going the other way, and the column. Just having the, yes, it sits much nicer. See, it still moves, but it's not moving like as crazy freely. But hold on. Let me see here. What if I did? I know I have some little. I keep forgetting that's there. I had some. Let me see here. What do I have? No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Let me see. What do I have? I will bring out my pretties box, is what I call it. Because they're my pretties. Just so you can see what I mean. Just a bunch of brios and stuff. Nothing in there is going to work. That is not the move. So, you guys, I wanted this to be simple, and it's become complicated very quickly, and I don't know why. I just can't, figure this one thing out, and it's driving me crazy. What if we just go with, and what is in here that there might be something in here. Let me see here. There's all of my tiger eye. What else is in here, though? I have cubes. I have spinel in multiple sizes, but they're all faceted. But they're larger than these. Well, I have some that are larger than the tiger eye. Nope, nothing in here's the move, I don't think. It's just not. So then let's see. Do we just need to alternate between one tiger eye and the other? Like, is that the move? See, I even have brown stuff in here. Probably from another time I thought I would not with it. I have all of these beautiful. I wonder, are these small enough to just go on in between and hold that chevron in place? Possibly. Oh, I may have gotten it. This is why I get bead FOMO, guys. How many different things have I tried now in an effort to figure this out? Oh, that might be a little too big. Man, where is a 4mm when you need it? Not in here, not tonight. But just so you know, that whole necklace situation over here could have easily been a guys and girls. Okay, these are some beautiful tiger eyes. Do I just go back and forth between these and those, or these and those? Let's try it until we figure out which is the move. Okay, so no on the chevron. That's not working, and it's creating all sorts of problems. So I could just go between two different tiger eye like this. Just like that. But I think that's a little bit too plain. So let's try some of the buffalo horn. The smaller one. Sorry, I just bumped you guys again. I know. I know. I know. I'm trying. I'll figure out this new setup sooner or later. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. This will not forever be chaotic. At least for both of our sakes. I hope that to be the truth. Okay. So if we go from that, the column bead to like this. Does it look better with two? One more try. I think this is the move though. I think this is what I want to do. It doesn't. Yep. 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 I'm going to go ahead and do 3. And this is the way it's getting strung up. So let me grab some extra 5mm since I don't know how much it's going to take. But this is the move, y'all. See, this is where I get bead FOMO. You all know you've all done this. So you're probably laughing at me and now at yourself again because you're like, yep, I've done that. This is the move, guys. Look at this, day 5, and you're getting 2 for 1. How about that? Sometimes you just got to keep trucking along. And sometimes, like with that last design, you just have to know when to call it quits and say, this is not the move. I messed with that other one for over an hour and even took a break for dinner halfway through. Still couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to. So, but now we have this lovely design and I'm loving it. It's exactly what I wanted. I need some, oh no, I don't need more rounds. There's a round right there. This is the move, guys. My hubby's gonna like this. I should have him come in and give his stamp of approval since any that don't sell, which they're all for sale, don't sell, he likes to claim. But even if he claimed this, I have enough of the stuff to make multiples of these without a problem. So just like every other, every other thing that I make, unless it's specifically stated otherwise, is for sale. So just from you guys, I just have to let you know, these are not perfectly round. And I kind of love that. They're like more natural, I feel like, because they've got like little bumps and stuff. See this? It's not perfectly round. And other people call that imperfections or inclusions and I say personality. Who wants to be normal all the time? Not I. Look at you guys. I love this. Oh, right, I think I gotta go one more section of this, and then I think it will be long enough if this isn't already too long. And you could easily do this as a stretch bracelet too, guys. There's no one saying that it has to be a bracelet with the clasp. This would also make a pretty kick butt necklace though. Yeah, and then you could either just leave it just this, or you could put this chunk in the place of this right there. You could do that for the bracelet too. Put a larger chunk right there. You'll be set to go. It's so nice. Okay. One more of these and one more column, and then we're going to measure this bad boy, see if I went overboard. Especially now that I know I told you guys they wouldn't be tiger eye every day. but this is a pretty cool design, and now I kind of want to make it into a necklace. Let's check our length. 8 inches. You all know that I'm going to put it on the bracelet mandrel next because it's not about the length all the time. Ooh, I might want to take, I'm going to take this last section off if I don't want it to be ridiculously large. Let's see. So this right here, without a clasp, is 6 3/4. So once I put the clasp on, it'll be fine. Here's the thing though, I don't want it to look, I don't want the antique brass color, so I'm going to use some crimps and some crimp ends on the back. That's the other reason I wanted to take some off, because I knew that like I was gonna need room for those to take up for these. But these are 18 karat gold plated brass knot covers, so they are really heavy duty, especially as it's 4 guys bracelet. I know I say that until, you know what though, I'm only going to use, no, I'm gonna use both. It's fine. And one of my larger lobster clasps, because you know, that way they can clasp their own jewelry and they're forever coming to you. They may still come to you, but I'm trying to help you ladies out. All right, we're going to put this on right at the end, and I am going to go ahead, crimp it just enough. Make sure that the tug test withstands, and it does. We're going to push that close, which was not easy. Again, 18 karat gold brass. Nice, nice. We don't need a whole bunch on this side, just enough to put our crimp or our knot cover on, then the crimp it, and be good. And then I will cut off any excess, but I don't want to sit here and struggle trying to hold on to things. Do I have enough? Yeah, here's the crimp. Okay. Oh my goodness, come on. All right, so especially because this has the columns, guys, you see that how if I just barely push it, it straightens out. You really don't want that to happen on a man's wrist. That's not going to be comfortable. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's nice and fluid, and then I will crimp down my crib. We're passing the tug test here. We're going to crimp it good, just in case. Okay, yeah. Cut off the excess. These are, I don't know why I picked those up. We're going to try to close this bad boy. All righty. These can go in the garbage because they're bunk. Then we're going to just grab our oval jump rings. This one will just go through the hole on the side. If they were lined up, it would anyways. Oh my goodness. It's because I have 2 pair of pliers in my hand and neither one is helping me out at all. I'm just trying to line it up. There we go. I was like, please don't tell me I'm not going to be able to use these because these are the heavy duties. I don't know why I keep trying to do it with that plier. We've learned several times today alone that there we go. All right, we're going to put it on the other side. I hope everybody likes everything. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. And you're enjoying it enough and this video enough to hit the like button. And if you are not already a subscriber, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and putting it to all so that you never miss a new video from me. And here we go, guys. Look at. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Okay, I promise. Day 6, no tiger eye. Alrighty. Anyways, guys, I know it took us a while to get there. My mat is a mess because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do till I did it, which is totally okay. I don't know why it's so dark in here. But I hope that you guys all had a wonderful time. And again, that you learned something, if nothing else. And I will see you when you come back next time. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.